We're doing good stuff here, huh?
Uh-huh. I want to do one thing first so I can have this.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty clever.
Yep.
Can you see what you're filming?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's Mary. That's your mother.
yes.
And this is
Mary.
Mary. And that's your mother. Look at that hairdo. And this is you and Donald, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Yes,
Yep.
it is.
That's my
We were-
my Aunt Dee and my father Donald with those skinny legs. Look at that. Oh my
Back in-
God.
Back in
He was 6 years old there.
38.
Oh my goodness.
I was 6, he was
Yeah,
7.
1938.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I remember this picture because I have one of these,
Oh.
which is, let me get that in focus. Yeah, that's when he was in the Air Force.
Oh, is that in the snow?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the only picture he ever sent me,
Oh my goodness, look at him here.
in the snow. He must have been impressed by all that snow, or he wouldn't have sent back.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
That's 1941, it says.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. There's more than
That looks like him too.
You
It
think?
does, yeah. This one especially, and this one. Interesting. Look at that hair. Your mom sure liked the 40s hairdo.
Well, see,
Oh,
she had
the biggest, I mean,
she
she's always-
had
I
a
like
bald-
a 40s hair.
No, she lost her hair on the top, and she had a big bald spot there.
Oh dear.
And at the time, the doctors had no cure for it, but it
Solution,
retained it just stayed in that one little spot. So she always put her hair up to hide it.
This is our wedding picture.
There's Bert's father.
Don's father.
There's Don's father. Does
My
he look
dad's
I-
father?
Yeah,
Does he look
uh-huh.
Indian? Does he look part Indian?
That's Donald Young.
That's
Yeah.
Donald Young.
Uh-huh.
Here, hold that. I
But
gotta
But
put
remember
that
you
on
mentioned about Dominic Begana?
Dominic.
That's his
Yes.
real name, Dominic Begana.
there. Not Donald? You're kidding.
No?
All right, so that is
Donald's
my dad's
father.
father. Let's
Yeah.
see if we can get a little close up here.
It's the only picture I have of him.
Oh my goodness.
I think.
How do you figure that your mom at 19 got together with a guy that much older?
Because it was sort of a basic, simple country kind of thing. She had 10 brothers and sisters and dirt poor farm. And he probably was handsome.
Well,
Yeah.
you can see that he was.
And he
yeah.
drives up in this big car and he's tan and he did have beautiful white teeth and a lot of wavy hair, Indian kind of. And he was so taken with my mother and my grandmother. Well, yeah, sure, you ought to get married. Get out. It was like an escape.
Ruth was Mary's
Ruth is-
sister.
Ruth is her sister, and Anita
Mm-hmm.
was my mother's 2 sisters, and the rest were Marvin and Clayton and Buster and Leighton. I don't know. I never met him.
Married Mr. Parisi.
And Ruth, her youngest sister, married an Italian man named Parise, Parise, and his name was George. And they moved pretty soon to Las Vegas. He was a casino. He was the dealer person.
He was the dealer here in Newport.
Yeah, at Sin City.
Sin
Yeah,
City.
yeah.
And
And there's Ruth, and there's Anita,
Ah, okay.
and that's Helen Knox. That's
Oh, okay. That is
that's the school
my
great
great grandmother's
Yeah.
sisters and my great
great
wait
aunt.
yeah, aunt.
The middle one is
Aunt.
Ruth, and the
That's Anita. That's
Yeah.
Ruth, and that's Helen Knox on my dad's mother's mother. Okay. All right.
there was one other
And that's your
son.
wedding. Now, is that Bert? Is that you next to Dee?
yeah, that's our wedding.
There he is.
I-
Now, I didn't hear too much about how you two met, but you obviously married well. What kind of background did Mary have in terms of was she French, Irish, or English, Scottish,
Well,
or what?
her maiden
what-
name was Knox,
Mhm.
and it's German,
Oh, is that German?
and she has a lot of English.
Mhm. Do you know much about her
I mean,
parents?
Knox is English. Faulkner, her grandmother, was German. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot. I know she never graduated from high school,
Mm-hmm.
but she went back and got her GED. She was married so young. And smart.
She was married so young, and she was smart.
Extremely.
Why
Oh,
was
yeah.
she so cold?
I don't know.
She never got, probably because she never got in.
And what were her parents? What do you know about
Well,
them?
my grandfather, her father died before I
Was born.
no, well, maybe I was a year old,
Mhm.
something like that. And
Were they born in America?
Oh, no,
I
who
didn't know
knows?
my grandfather. I don't
No,
know.
who knows? We
I don't know.
We'd never know.
In the
And
country.
what do you know about any of their before that?
Well, on
Anything?
on my mother's birth certificate, it says Father Albert, occupation farmer.
Mhm.
So I guess he was. And it said Mother Helen Faulkner Knox, occupation housewife.
Mhm.
That's what's on her birth certificate. My mother. She was born in 1914,
Mhm. Your mom was.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, when was her
1914.
birthday?
March 22nd,
Okay. When's yours?
August 3rd.
And when's yours birth?
July 27th.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, July 27th. Yeah. Donald and I used to kid
You were close in
My
August.
brother.
Yeah.
that we were twins for 20 days every year. Did he tell you that?
He never did. No, he never did.
Because I was like 4
Both in
years old
August.
August 3rd, and then
Yeah.
August 23rd, he would be 5. So for 20 days we would be. That was our joke. That all happened when we were really young.
Mhm.
That,
What memories do you have of my dad in your early part, and even the painful ones in terms of when you guys were separated? What do you recall about that
oh gosh,
separation?
it was so brief. I don't know.
Yeah, because you forget, you either block it out or forget it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder because there's a couple little snapshots was probably the last time we lived together. Is that 6, 7, 8 years old? That was probably the last time.
Mhm.
And before that, I know we lived in a lot of different places
And in Ohio.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
And I just know.
In
it
those
was hard.
memories before 6, did you guys hang out on farmland?
Oh yeah, we were farmers. I used to harvest tobacco with a machete. A little kid, yeah. I know exactly how to harvest tobacco, and we'd hang it up in the barn.
Holy
We slaughtered our
cow.
own food.
Oh my God!
And
you
one-
guys killed your own animals?
Oh yeah. We put them in
Dramatic.
this little room off the barn, and there was a little hole in the door where the people, and they put this big shotgun or whatever kind of gun it was, and shoot them in between the eyes,
Oh my
the pigs.
God.
And then we had a little room off of the main house. We had an outhouse, and
Mhm.
our stove was a wood stove. You'd lift up the burner and put coal and wood
Mhm.
down it. That's what we cooked on. But there was a little
Good
room.
Lord, isn't this amazing? This time difference
Oh, yeah.
in terms of change.
Well, they had all these tables in this room off of our kitchen. We had a kitchen and a bedroom and a living room. That was it. And they would slaughter only when winter was starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would just spread all that meat all over all these tables, and it would just stay out there and freeze.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't wrapped.
God.
And then we had a little room off of the main house. We had an outhouse, and
Mm-hmm.
our stove was a wood stove. You'd lift up the burner and put coal and wood
Mhm.
down it. That's what we cooked on. But there was a little
Good
room.
Lord, isn't this amazing? This time difference
Oh, yeah.
in terms of change.
Well, they had all these tables in this room off of our kitchen. We had a kitchen and a bedroom and a living room. That was it. And they would slaughter only when winter was starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would just spread all that meat all over all these tables, and it would just stay out there and freeze.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't wrapped.
Yeah.
We didn't die though.
Yeah, no. In fact, you probably have the best immunity
Yeah,
system
yeah,
known to mankind. You
And we had
know.
our own chickens, our own eggs, and Donald and I would cut off the head of a chicken at an instant's notice. It didn't bother us at all. I couldn't do it now,
Mm.
but we did, and we'd watch it flap around and run around the yard.
Oh,
That
Lord.
expression.
Now you know what's interesting because he did make chicken jokes with heads cut off, and I don't remember what they were, but he told me one time that if you cut a chicken's head off,
Oh yeah.
that it would run around, and I remember
Oh
going,
yeah. And
How do you know that? You know, and he
it
never
makes
really.
horrible noise.
Oh,
Oh
It does,
Lord!
yeah.
How can it make noise if
it
it's?
did.
It does.
It
I've,
did.
I've only seen one.
Oh God, that's really.
And
many
he just
times.
run around, no head, and whatever.
Well, you've
noise
heard
it
the
was.
expression. He acts like a chicken with running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Mhm.
That's a true expression because they do run
Now,
around.
how long before you guys, were in this kind of farm outhouse, rustica, did life change for you? Because when you guys got separated, do you remember?
There's a whole block I have zero memory of.
Mhm.
A whole block.
I think that's true of my dad too,
Yeah.
because I've always tried to kind of ask him,
Yeah,
and I think that I just don't think he cared to go back.
it's true. Like there's nothing there I want to remember. Maybe
Mhm.
these poems were written by my grandmother Knox, Helen Knox.
Mm-hmm.
This is a funny story. She was a school teacher in the country, and in the country, all 6th grades were in one room,
Mhm.
right? And she wrote poems, made up poems every day of her life, and I would always try to trick her, give her a subject. All right, make up a poem about a frog. Man, she would come up with a poem.
Yeah.
Well, she never wrote any of them down, and I, of course, did not memorize it. 2 of them I memorized, and that's why I put them in there,
Mhm.
because I thought if I don't write these down, they will be lost forever.
Hans and Washington's birthday.
Yeah, she wrote those, and I memorized them. And this is the poem that my daughter wrote at age 12. But this one, I made all of my children memorize this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's cute, I'll do it for you.
Mhm.
Sometimes my hands are naughty, so my mother said she would have to scold them and send them off to bed. So little hands, be careful in everything you do, because if you're sent to bed, I'll have to go there too. Isn't that a cute little poem?
Oh, this is so wonderful for me.
Heavier ones, honey.
At 16.
In the shows,
Yeah, those. Hand me those 3. I think there's 3 of them.
I mean, you're not in that one. You don't.
Oh yeah, I got that out for Bert. He
You
said he
don't-
wanted to see it.
Yeah, that might be the one.
That's D. This is the Woman of the Year, Miss Exerciser.
yeah.
Kathy's gonna like that because we are a big.
That was a great honor. I've got
We
this
like
big
to-
silver tray in there with all the engraving honoring me as Outstanding Woman of the Year.
There she is. I love that haircut. I think I should have that haircut. I'm sure Mary would work really hard on her hair, but that's D.
I guess that's all she wants. I don't know. It seemed like
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's it too.
You asked about my mother before, and we got sidetracked. She did get her GED, and then she did go back to college, and she did so well they asked her to teach the course.
Mm.
And the other funny story I was going to tell you, I told you her mother, my grandmother, taught in this old schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And you didn't have babysitters in those days.
Mm-mm.
So when my mother was born, she would take her to school every day and probably feed her, and she was in a cradle, and so
Grew up in the school.
my
right?
mother went to school every day of her life until she was married. And one time, she told me that grandma got sick, and they asked my mother to teach the class. I mean, she was like 14, but she knew everything that her own mother had been teaching.
She had to. She saw
First
it
grade,
every
second
day.
grade, third. Yeah, she went to school every year, and she was a math whiz. Her idea of enjoyment was getting up in the morning and working a math problem.
Mhm.
Loved math.
The truth is that you got separated from your brother, and then
Yeah.
you didn't get
Yeah.
an opportunity, and you
Did
were
not
kind
know
of,
the man.
you
Yep.
know, which is sad, and I'm sorry for that, and I'm sorry if my mother contributed to that division, but they're very spry, this couple. I have to tell you, for you're 81, Bert, 81, and Dee's 78, and they play golf, and they're a very spry couple. I hope that at my age, when I reach there, I'm as in good a shape. It shows you exercise pays off. So that's Allison.
Belle didn't know why they were all
She's my age.
Hey,
This
she said
is
look at
the young
camera.
side of the
Stage right.
family. My father's side of the family, all here.
young crew.
The young crew.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, the young
I've never been to French as a young
Well, hi. There's always the first.
brother and sister. Actually,
Too many people. Here.
the rat and the
Wow, that's the female power circle there. Woohoo!
a little bit.
Tim. Darling.
She wants to be here.
Well, we're eating here, so I don't want to get food all over.
I love you, John.
And then I went to Kenwood Mall.
We love the whole family.
All right.
Oh my God, okay.
It is the middle child.
And this is
Emily.
all right.
Short-term memory loss.
He's more
I actually really like the spaghetti D.
good.
She's famous for her spaghetti.
for it.
She is. Actually, their son and our son always.
This is my dad's sister.
Your food's getting cold.
Well,
This is my better side. I told you we were noisy.
Emily, right? I could do a joking once in a while. But I won't do it just because she wants me to.
oh right, real subtle.
The Bathiani clan and the Young.
No coaching.
How many words? 3 words?
No coaching.
No coaching.
3 words?
Wait a minute, I gotta get the audience.
She is so efficient. She doesn't have emergencies.
What about
She's
that
so
one?
wonderful.
Cut. Print. Beautiful.
Brent, goodbye.
Hi, Emily.
Come back.
Move that.
Now you're cousin.
It's a Kentucky thing.
It's a Kentucky thing. It's an incest
There's no
thing.
such thing as once removed in Kentucky.
Oh, are we twice?
Yeah, now it's on.
I just ate a brownie. Hey, brownie. I don't think so.
Now you are Sarah's boyfriend, right? And you
Are her daughter.
Her
Is
daughter.
her daughter.
all right.
My oldest. My only baby.
Oh, she's so old. Oh my God.
25.
Don't let her fool you. She's turning 26 in like.
20 days. No, 20 days.
That's the main woman.
So,
I started all this.
Yes, you did.
Look at her.
Not by yourself, you did.
Tell her what I always say to you when you get nasty like that.
Oh, no, we're not going to bring that up.
Nasty.
Oh, no. What she says is nasty.
She's talking, and then she goes. While she's on stage, that's her
Let me see that last picture.
AFV. America's Funniest Home Videos.
It is so funny, but now it's on YouTube. This one little
Oh,
girl
the one
did it.
little thing.
And she's just up there dancing. And I guess he's talking to the audience. And
Okay, now who does that
she's
look like?
she spots him out. And she's just
Stop dancing.
Don't let the door reach on the way out. Watch that step right there. I love you. No, watch that step. Watch that step. I'm not trying.
Whoa! Watch your step.
I know.
Going by there.
Come on. Is this from Bonner or Clyde?
Get out of my bed.
I get them
It was a pleasure meeting you,
Oh, thank
and I
you.
hope to see you sometime soon.